Hello and welcome to an introduction on dailies and purchases on Kritika 0. So, most people are familiar with the concept of a daily. That's something you do once per day. So, I've gone over in several videos already some daily dungeons, which I will showcase here as I'm walking towards them. And the topic of this video today is not going to be these dungeons themselves, because they each have their own video, but it is about what you can get from the purchases that you can do daily. So not only do you run those dungeons daily and watch the videos associated with them as I release them, but you'll notice that there are certain things you can get that have a little arrow, a little circle, and it has a number associated with it that will tell you how much you can get of it before you have to wait for the reset of the server on that day. So this is a 1, meaning that this will reset in 1 day. There are other items, such as in this box that has a 7. And this is a fiscal 7, meaning that it will be 7 resets until the time that is available. This will not start ticking down until you purchase it. I just purchased this today, so I have to wait 7 resets in order to purchase it again. So what daily items should you be buying, should you be striving to get? So in this shop from Lilith here, and the NPC changes will change based upon the town that you're in. I'm going to start with Lilith here. You can buy these enhancement stones. They are quite good to get if you have the money for them. You might not have the cash at first, and that's okay. The gold does take a bit to acquire. You'll also notice that this is the 3 people right next to this, so you can buy 5 of these once a day, and it's limited to your account. So even if you have 10 characters, you can only still buy 5 a day. If it didn't have this, then you could buy, for example, if you had 10 characters, you could buy 50 of them. So it's limited there in that aspect. That's what those symbols mean. That's how you can do it. And again, this is based upon the reset. So if this is a number larger than 1, that's the amount of time that you need to wait till you can purchase it again. So what's worth getting? The pet gem random boxes are not crazy great, but they do provide you with a decent way without having to run the dungeon itself. And especially if you're starting out, it might be a little more difficult. You can see that the rates themselves are quite poor, 0.0001% for the pet coins, which don't have a ton of value at this time. But your most typical result is just going to be a couple coins. You can see the percentages, and how you get into there is you hold the box preview, it says right here on the screen. You get control and left click, and you can just enter there and see what's inside the box to see what you're investing in. So I mainly get this for the normal pet gems so that I can fuse them to be higher. Again, anything I talk about that might be more confusing, I will try to release a video for it, or there might be. So if you don't know about pet gems, there's a video about pet gems, what they do, and so forth. So I like to buy, typically, if you have the money, buy all 3 of these. They are decent to get. You can luck out and get one of the higher tiers. So meaning a green pet gem box. Very unlikely, but if you buy it every day, you make enough money, it's worth it. The weapon random boxes, I'd say, are more valuable than the pet gem random boxes. So as you can see, I haven't bought this one for 15k. I have bought this one. Weapons are good to have if you have a costume, especially a legendary one, and that will let you get stats on your character. There's not a video out for that yet at the time of this recording, but hopefully there will be in the near future. So Ether Force, it's okay to get. Again, you see I haven't purchased the 15k one because these boxes themselves, you can see these values, they do not change based upon the price of the box. So it might be better to just spend 5 and 10 so you get twice the value of buying one of these. So it depends upon how quickly you want the item, and you have to take that into consideration. So the soul gems themselves are very much worth getting because it is very difficult to get them. And I know the numbers are low, but you can see there's 24 pages of this, and hitting a high tier soul gem is very good. Hitting a high tier weapon, also very good, but the weapons themselves are a bit more random, so it's harder to luck out. The pet gem boxes, you can see how I value them based upon the fact that I haven't bought that, but I bought this weapon one and I bought the soul gems. The talisman growths, if you need it for your talisman, it is a good idea if you have enough of these materials, or you don't have enough of them, that you go ahead and buy all three. I don't really need a lot of them, so I typically only buy two because you'll end up needing more of these upgrade stones in the future than you will the actual origins themselves. You can see I have a surplus of origins, but I don't have enough experience or upgrade stones. And as you get higher, higher, maybe you want to start out buying 3 of these each day and then go down from there. So the recalculation scrolls, these do is they're going to let you change these values that you see here, these basic critical damage, attack power, defense, pen, vitality. They have a min and a max range from 0 to the max number. This resets them between those scales. So the recalculation scrolls are nice if you have a gear with poor rolls. For example, you might want to reroll the defense there. You might want to maybe want to reroll the critical there, but I have good defense pen. So these are on an as-need basis. Just if you can be patient, buy the 10k one, maybe the 20k if you need to, for a piece of gear that you think you're going to keep for a while. So the next place you can stop is the event helper, is Arendelle. So she has some things that you can get. These are the old ones. They usually have the previous set event item that you can purchase from. You can see these are max purchases. The ones for 20, this attack potion, this really isn't any value at all. This legend avatar, binded piece, those are a cash up item. They're okay. They're the pity for the boxes for the legend costumes of that season. But primarily what you want to spend these event coins on are going to be for these armor pieces that you're going to want to enhance. And what that will do for you is it'll give you collection log status. But primarily what you want to purchase with these is the random gold boxes, because you're going to need gold and you're going to need it bad. So buy these at the max value, buy 3 of them per day, not limited by character, so you play a couple different characters, you can keep buying this. And you don't want to spend 20 to buy the accessories, it's just the value is not good. You don't want to buy anything else, basically only the gold and the weapons for the collection log. You can see this collection log here is for the event tab. You can see that if you enhance them to a certain level by registering them, it gives you in this collection period. So this one gives these stats until the 30th, and this one gives them until the 10/24. So you can see these are giving you stats to your whole account just for registering and enhancing those items using stones and the daily event items that you can get from running dungeons. Maybe not something you want to get right away because you might be strapped for stones, but something to consider. So this is the other NPC that you can buy things from daily, is Genevia. I don't think her name is visible here, but the NPC is present in other towns. However, she does not have a shop interface, so you'll have to come to Leon Gold Sunset Port in order to buy things from her. Reclaim Leon has a 30-day, hopefully they change this to a shorter cooldown, but you can buy this destruction prevention for enhancing. And that is worth getting, as you see I've purchased it from the world boss itself. The world boss is over here. This is something that spawns every certain amount of time and tells you when you can get it, and when you can enter. You can do that twice, do as much damage as you can, and then you're ranked based upon how well you do. If you get the highest rank, you get world boss coins, you get bound cash. Bound cash is K points, and what that can be used for is things in the cash shop. So if you do the world boss, get the tokens, Hopefully you join a guild and get some extra tokens that way. You can kind of see again, based on what I've purchased, the premium service, if you get enough of it, that's pretty decent for 3 days. It's very expensive at 720, so maybe if you don't mind supporting the game and want to get it, maybe so much not get that, and instead focus on other things. I don't think that these other boxes are worth it because you can get them. It's not really worth speeding up your progress when you can buy them daily from Lilith anyway. What you should instead do, again, weapon boxes, is this rune chest is very important to get because it's going to contain, it's the same thing as the ones you can buy in the cash shop, but what it's going to contain is these runes that help you get to your set bonuses faster. So maybe once you get a blue or green set, you stop buying those. But the real thing you'll end up buying a lot of are these +5 enhanced stones. So what they do is they make an item jump from +0 to +5 all in one go. They take 120, don't buy the singles, but buy the +5s. I'm actually going to buy a +5 now. So about a +5 armor. I don't really need as much of the jewelry at the moment, so I'm going to hold off. And you don't get boss coins super fast, so you can kind of just pick and choose what you need at the time. That's what I would pick from Genevia. And as you saw earlier when I was demonstrating the 7-day, the pet boxes are very important to get. They give you set bonuses, give you stats, give you account stats, all kinds of different stuff. These are great to get. They're per a character, not account. So you definitely want to be investing your time in order to being able to get these. If you only play one character, that's fine. But if you play multiple, try to do arena. Arena is over here at this portal. You have to talk to Scroofa to unlock it and actually come to this zone in order to be able to access it. But what Arena is it gives you these arena coins that you get for each floor, and that allows you to purchase the pets that you just saw. And each day you get floor decay. So if I was at floor 4, and then I would be reduced to floor 1 after a day. So I'm at floor 1, you go up, you clear these as you go. One important thing to note about the arena is you have to die. You have to time out and die or complete the arena in order to clear your coins. So don't return to town prior to doing one of those things, otherwise you will end up not getting the coins that you're looking for and you'll be at that floor, so you'll have missed out a little bit. One of the last vendors you can find is the fishing vendor. So the rewards that he has, which you want to do daily, are these enhancement stones. You can get 10 of them daily of each variety, and they're all worth getting. You can sustain this daily, so you can purchase all 3 of these with some surplus. Additionally, you can purchase some potions if you want. I like the fast potions a lot and the attack potions. They're not crazy impactful, but they're useful. Defense potion, it's okay. Not super crazy about it. Enhancement stage stone, If you choose a particular area, though, that you'd like to fish, then I would suggest trying to go there. So say, for example, you want more soul gems. You would go to the abandoned mine, and you could fish there and get, basically, if you fish most of the day, you get an extra pass a day. So you get an extra chance at a daily each day, or to get what you need. You need either force, you go to the appropriate place, Snow Mountain. You can see that it's for each area has one except for gold. Gold does not have one. Personally, I would recommend the rune stage, which is the fishing square, and you can just camp yourself there and in order to acquire these rune stage passes, and that will let you get closer towards your rune goals, which are important. You can buy these 1% EXP potions. They are difficult to use because you have to keep clicking them and they have a 5-second cooldown, but it can be useful to skip a level, so might want to consider them. Another place you can get things daily is the cash shop. They implemented this a couple of patches ago. You can put them in your cart, like so. So in order to interface with the cash shop, it's F9 by default. Just open it up. You can put these in your cart. You can go ahead and try to purchase them. Once you put them all, you can see they cost nothing. The reserved cash is what you pay for. It's what you've loaded onto your account through real money. The K points are what you've purchased by either acquiring them in game through selling something through the auction house or buying a voucher for it. Essentially reserve cash is stronger because it can turn into K points. K points can't turn into reserve cash. So we go ahead and try to buy all these. So you can see the maximum buy limit has been confirmed. So you can only buy one day, one time. So if you need cash shop stuff, this is we're going to move from the dailies now into kind of my assessment of what is valuable or worthwhile in the cash shop. You can see the costumes, for example, the one I'm wearing, they just recently released. The Absolute Warrior, you can see, again, Control Click to preview what's inside it. You can see that, okay, maybe I want a costume. Costumes are okay at $20 for my rate. It's kind of okay, but not great. And you can see, remember that we got 50 of those tokens, gives you one legendary costume piece. So it's $40 for one guaranteed legend costume piece. These are not super great. They don't have a ton of value in them. Opening these feels very not good. You can look at what's inside them, but typically you're not going to be very satisfied. The only exception is some of these talisman upgrade stones and some of these jades, but for the most part it's filled with a lot of trash. I would tend to stay away from these unless you really want to spend for the box itself. And with these accessories, again, too, they have some stats on them. As you can see, the crit damage, but I really not a fan of them. So if you want to get K points, you can go ahead and go, if you are going to buy this weekly bound cash package. And what it has is so you load $50 on, you purchase it, and you get basically $150 off. And that lets you get the bound cash. You get a couple tickets to go along with it that help you out, so good value there. If you decide that you really want to get this, you can get a bigger discount there. You can get here it is, the monthly. So this is a monthly purchase, limited for every 30 days, but you can get you get a guaranteed legend costume piece, as well as the premium service, the overclocking, and the bound cash. So you get a discount for that if you do want to spend a bit more money on them. This weekly pet box, this used to be okay-ish, but with the addition of the pets in Scarufo's store, it's not worth it at all. Again, maybe this daily one is worth a slightly better value if the lucky draw is in. If that comes back, I'll try to make a video on that. But as it stands right now, not really worth it. This breakthrough, not worth it. Everything is really overpriced, not super valuable. New start packages, they're just not great. They're okay-ish, maybe, but I would try to stay away. Most of the things, if you have a lot of money you want to spend it, I'm not going to judge you for that. Just know that it's there and you can. This is more for people looking to be frugal with what they're trying to purchase. So if you do want to get something with the cash shop, I would suggest that you get the enhancement, the raw jade enhancement arrays. I don't think you should buy Ether Force. You can get that readily. You cannot get these jade enhancement arrays normal ways. So these make the jade that you have, the Ether Force, they go a lot farther. So they're pretty decent use. It's 25 uses because it takes 2 per use. And it's going to save you gold, it's going to save you time, it's going to save you Ether Force. So this is a good investment if you're looking to grow your character. Soul gems, if you look at the rates in all the boxes, it's just not good. It's not worthwhile to spend on them. Runes, you might consider purchasing, as you might want to get to the green and blue sets quickly, and these do have a chance to give those, so you can buy some. It's rough though because they are more expensive. Again, this is aimed more at people who aren't looking to spend a lot, but talisman, same kind of deal. Unless you really need those upgrade stones, I would stay away. They're not too valuable as a whole. You can get by just farming, And pet gems, same deal. Weapons, the same. It's just not a ton of value. The re-identify scrolls, you have no other way to get these. Recalculation scrolls come from events, come from that daily vendor. These re-identifiers are used for crystals. They might be used for other things in the future, and they change the stats that are on. Instead of just changing that slider, these will change what's on the item itself. And again, they're not available anywhere else. They have their worth. If you need them, then I would suggest you get them. Don't buy the Crest Growth Reset Scroll. You can get it from the raid vendor. The Crest Growth Scrolls are not good. You can get these easily. Buy them from the raid vendor. If you want to get the high Crest Growth Scrolls, those aren't consistently available otherwise. You have to get them as a raid drop, and I've gotten 2 by doing this raid, I don't know, a couple dozen times. And it's 3 per week, so it's not worth it. So that's kind of the cash shop. Basically, the only things you're looking at are the high crest growth scrolls for your crests, and you're looking at the raw jade for potentially runes if you have money to spend, and the raw jade that's going to give you this better range of increases on your ether force. Again, make that go farther, because when you get to these later orbs, that's 60 ether force and 30k. You want each roll to count. So those are the purchases that I would really try to focus on when it comes to Kritika. Do your fishing, do your quests, get your gold, and try to make those purchases to get your account stronger. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, join the Discord, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.